Hi guys, I hope everyone's well. Today I'm going to show you an introduction to networks for junior engineers. So these are for people who have started a career in IT support or help desk and and interview questions. It will help them prepare for interviews and things like that. So I'll get right into it. I'm not that well prepared. I'm just doing this because I I just felt like I've been talking too much about programming. I need to introduce networks, and I wasn't too much prepared. If you can see most of my videos, in the beginning of my YouTube videos, I'd have PowerPoints and slides and things like that. With this one, but towards the end of my YouTube videos, I would like just go straight to the point and explain programming or whatever technical concepts. For this one, I don't have PowerPoints or anything like that, but I'll try my best to uh, like explain networks. So as you can see, I'm just gonna share my screen um, and just explain how networks work. I haven't done networks in a while. It was my least favorite module at varsity when I did it first year, but I've learned a lot in I've learned a lot as I joined the IT industry. Because like I've learned a lot since I joined the industry. So I'm going to teach you some basics. I'm not an expert, but trust me, this will help you get started when you join the industry. Um, so yeah, so this is how networks work, right? Let me zoom. So in I just need to explain important fundamentals. For example, you do know what IP is, right? Where do I start? So I'm going to quickly Google something, right? Mm, 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 mm. Network setup for Office. So so this is how it looks like. Just bear with me. So we've got the network plan, right? We've got this is the server, right? The server, well, I would say structure. Um, structure. So so this is like the first thing you need to understand is this is the internet, right? So with the internet, we've got our router. This they call this router the public IP. Uh, so sometimes with the public IP, it can be a situation of um, give me a second. Apologies for that, guys. I was receiving a call. So um so this is like, as you can see, right? Sometimes let's say this is 192.168 dot, I'll say for example 10.1. So know that this one means public IP, or rather they call it, I would say, gateway, if I'm not mistaken. This is the public IP is the internet you get from your service provider. Then this is the firewall for protection wise to filter the public IP. Firewall protects the network. You can just say protects the network from spam and all that. So yeah, so you just need to understand that with the firewall, um, it uh, it protects the network, and you can be able to see things in every level. So this is the switch. The switch, we've got it, the switch, and then we've got the PCs. So switch is almost like it's not really a router, but it's like it's got multiple ports where you help to connect to 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 computer. So computer connects directly to a switch. The switch connects to a firewall. A firewall is like almost this a size of a router, but a bit bigger. And that firewall connects to a router. That's the public IP. And then we've got the server that manages all the network. You don't have to know too deep into this. Then we've got the wireless access point. You're going to see on every building, they've got that flashing light on top. That's called a wireless access point. So it extends the network. No, it doesn't extend. Yes, it sort of extends the network to an extent. That wireless access point is for like, it also acts as an extender. So say for imagine you at home, your network is called uh, Tabiso network, right? And then Tabiso network is in the sitting room. So now Tabiso goes to the bathroom. The signal becomes weak, right? What does he? So when he goes to his bedroom, the signal disconnects, but he can't bring his router to the bathroom or the other bedroom. He needs something called a Wi-Fi extender to extend the network so that it boosts the signal. It's a signal booster. So wireless access point, I would say it's also like a signal booster. Um, Also controls traffic. Research more about that. Yeah. So that is how it is. Apologies, I haven't explained better. But say, for example, if you want to test if the network is down, we also have got Google DNS. Google DNS. So something like this, you ping 8.8.8 like this, right? This is to test the how good the network is. If the network is powerful, like if how far can it. This is to test internet speed. Like if someone says the network is down or it's slow, you as the engineer must test this, right? You must test this in CMD. You can run as admin. So you just zoom, right? This is where you test the latency. So now you are testing like how many times can my computer using the network reach to the Google DNS? Basically, how fast can it reach to the internet? In 3 milliseconds. And then you down here you can see 17 milliseconds, which means there was a drop. This, if the numbers are higher, it means that it is slow. If the numbers are lower, it means that it is fast. So I'll also go into latency a bit more. Now we are going to test. This is the Google DNS 8.8.8. You ping that's the IP address for the Google DNS. Now also there's IP. Sorry, my laptop's acting up a bit. So what you can do, you just go here. you can also test the website, how to test the website. Let's say, for example, I want to go to ChatGPT. So IPv4, they'll also ask you what's your knowledge on IPv4 versus IPv6, for example. So you have to understand that with IPv4, the IP address length is 32 bits. This one is 164 bit, right? All these differences. What does it mean? So is older but still widely used. This one is to solve IPv4 limitations. You know, explain to me like a non-techie person, you know? So sure, it's like a home internet, every device, blah, blah, blah. Basically, just do your research about this. It will also help you understand. It's faster, more secure, easy to manage, but this is the network. Also, say for example, right? Let's say I want to start a new chat, right? I copy ChatGPT URL, right? So you can test how long, how good is the network to a specific website. All you need to do is open CMD and then run it. And then all you need to type is ping. Ping is your keyword. Ping HTTPS. You can remove HTTPS, right? Oh, Lord. And then you just space. But sometimes we need to check. We can paste on ChatGPT. Give me the correct ping. Okay, ping. I was supposed to probably remove yes. So yeah, it makes sense. So probably we can ping ChatGPT. How long does it take to reach ChatGPT? So the latency is good to reach ChatGPT, things like that. Things are looking good. We can also now in ChatGPT, it gives us the IP of it. This is the IP for ChatGPT. Now you know the IP because every site has a IP, you know. So that's how you also test the network. You can go to any website. Let's go and test LinkedIn, right? We've got linkedin.com. You see, that's the URL. I really don't want to sign in there right now, but what you can do is you close here, right? It's acting up a bit, but it's going to be fine now. So, ping. My God, a lot of things are stressing me in life. So now we've got that. So now check here. This is the actual IP. This is how you get the IP of any site. The actual IP of what's this? Of LinkedIn, and it's coming from Cloudflare Net. And the latency is good. If your latency is 2 and 3, it means it's really good. Even if it's less than 20, it's really good. If it's 50, you must be a bit concerned because now it's slow. It means that to isolate the issue, you know that if, for example, right, if if for example the latency of LinkedIn is 3, but the latency of no, if the latency of LinkedIn is 100, but the latency of Google DNS is 5 or 10, your internet is good. Google DNS, you know that your internet is good. But if LinkedIn is slow, it means the issue is not your network. The issue is with LinkedIn themselves. They need to fix their server on their side. So now you know this is the best way to isolate the issue. When you ping IP addresses, you can also generate command shell like, please help me create a script to run on PowerShell for LinkedIn LinkedIn and LinkedIn and Chat GPT, right? Where you are trying to pin the network. So this is the PowerShell created one. So now the best part is you can open PowerShell, run as admin, right? Then you can actually copy this and paste here. I think this is everything and then done. Now it's checking the latency. This is how you can become a super powerful what's this network engineer. You also make use of ChatGPT and learn how to code and run scripts. You don't have to know how to code by head, work on that, but most likely I would say you can also use it to run scripts. And if they ask you to use ChatGPT, yeah, it will help me configure and learn how to run some scripts. So now it's testing the IP of that and that, things like that. You can always filter it. So just close it. It's taking time to check LinkedIn. All the things like that. So yeah, that's how you test the latency. We also have got I didn't explain everything. We've got like for example, right? I would say that's how the gateway looks like, right? Just know that is the gateway, right? Then say for example, we've got 1.6.168.50. Dot no, sorry, public gateway, right? Public gateway is usually 0, 1. That's when you know that's the router itself. But if you are assigning it to a specific access point, you'd say it's I would say 1050, right? 192.168.50.10. I don't want to sound very confusing. I'm trying to see where I can make a lot of sense. You see here, right? This is the location of I would say this is South Africa. Just know this is the type of routers. Let's say you have got this is called network range. It means that it is like say for example, it is uh a type of network. KFC network, the IP range is this. McDonald's has got a different name, is this. Or KFC network, like KFC network, right? So this is, let's say, for example, right? This is uh, KFC internet service provider, or KFC ISP, which will say telecom for now, right? And then here we can say KFC guest, right? Because there's a guest network. Oh, flip. Guest. And here we can say KFC staff, right? Staff members. So just know that this 10, network range 10 is for guests, and network range 50 is for staff members. But just know it's like this. It's always going to be like this. So pay attention here. 192 is South African location, blah, blah, blah. If it's 0, it's the main, it's actually the router. Let's call it it's the gateway slash router, the main router, right? Um no, not people, flip. Apologies, guys. So just check here. Bear with me, right? So 192.168 is this is the gateway, the main router over here. And then 10 network range 10 is the Wi-Fi. The it's the switches, or it's the access points Yeah, it's the access points or it's the Wi-Fi. And then 50 is just a code name. KFC underscore staff network. When you open your phone, you see this. Just know that it's in the 50 range. This one is in the 10 range, right? And then when a customer connects to a network, right? When a customer connects to a network, the DHCP, research about DHCP and OSI model. I can't explain further because I don't want to make the video long. The the thing gives the say for example, it gives it like IP12, right? This is customer one. And here we can say 168.10 dot no sorry 50 dot can say 18 19. It's the manager, KFC manager. You need to understand that this is the main router, right? This is the public IP. We're going to call this the public IP, right? Public I, IP. IP, right? This. So now this is very unique. Now, this is the father. These are its kids. This is the kid, right? Guest. Who connects to guest? A customer. Customer, if you check the IP on their phone, this is the IP they get, right? Now, who connects to start? The guest will always be network range 10. Network range 10. You say network range 10. Then we've got the that's the then we've got the staff, right? This the moment it says one, just know it's this type of router. The network range is 10, 1, it's this one. And then this one, 10, 12, just know it's the customer connected to the guest. And then 51, just know it's the type of network they're connected to, the type of Wi-Fi. 1019, just know this KFC manager on his phone was connected to staff, which was one. One is so unique, but starting from 1 and 2 and this is a random IPs, that's when it's a KFC manager. KFC manager cannot reach this one or this one. They have to make sure to be in the same exact range. So that's how it works. Also, we need to look at subnet masks and all that. So I would say a control panel, um, network and sharing. Okay. Advanced settings. It wouldn't be that. I would assume it's this. Right click. Can I not? I just need to see the configurations. Yo, bridge connections. No, not that, not that. It was, if I could remember, what was it? Uh, could have been properties most likely. Then you go here to IPv4, Internet Protocol. Yo, I just need an example. This thing is hidden, but in previous companies, you could see this, or probably because I'm not connected to the internet. Oh, just know that there's Ethernet, right? That you can connect to most PCs connect with a network cable that looks like this. A network cable and RJ45, right? Watch some YouTube videos on how to crim it. There's Cat 656. I can't go, these are advanced level. I don't want to go too deep because you guys are starting out as junior engineers. We're just pinging IP addresses. So yeah, and then I just need to quickly see where can I GPT, where's GPT? Yo, Jesus. Okay, well, give me a random IPv4 with subnet in a table so that I can explain how it works. Ah, hey, yeah, Jesus. No, in a no man. Ish. You know what? The network, yeah, view network and all this nonsense, right? Properties. Default gateway. Okay, guys, bear with me, right? 25. So now, if you check, right, there can be things like subnet mask, right? It's to can be things like 22 was it 255.255.255.0, right? So when you are bringing all these things together, right? The only time it's 255 is if the gate the the gateway is the same as the IP. You see, it's the same here, it's the same here. So it's not the same here, it's not the same here. You only put now 0. But if it say it was like 10, then now you can put 255 because now it's identical. But 1 and 1, say this was 0, then this is at the end is 0. That's all I can say. Research more about subnet mask, but that's basically all I can say for now. I hope the video helps. Please like, share, and subscribe. And yeah, we'll get right into it. Take care, guys.